Paloma, now, you've met Andrew before.
Yes. In my dreams.
No, you really met him, though.
Yeah, we met, as you know, I'm not shy of an awkward situation.
No, you direct.
I had to confess to Andrew that I had a bit of alone time with episode 5. But the thing that really upsets me is, like, today is everyone else but me's got more of a chance with Andrew in reality.
But you've had your good time.
I've had my moment, and
yes.
You know what, Andrew? Thank you. on behalf of anybody who's got kids, been in a long-term relationship, thank you from the deepest bottom of my heart.
And Paul, did you base this character in After Sun on your dad?
Not directly, but probably, like, I don't have anyone else to really base my dad off other than my dad, really. So he's probably in there.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
And did he get you into acting? Is that the story?
I remember when I was about 7 or 8, he was like, I'm doing this play. It was a play called Jeffrey Bernard is Unwell.
Oh, yeah.
And it was an excuse. I always found, like, going to the theatre and the cinema when I was young was an excuse to get chips and, like, nice food and soft drinks. So I went along and I was bitterly disappointed that he wasn't in the play. It was like a one-man play with, like, loads of crazy costumes. And I only realised towards the very end of the play that he was, like, wearing, like, fake beards and eyes and, yeah. So...
Now, either your father's a brilliant actor or you were a bit thick.
But no... I was just focusing on the Maltesers. I was like, yeah, this is great.
No sign of dad.
Yeah, I was really thick.
And now, where did the music come from?
Well, my mum and dad actually met on stage doing Pirates of Penzance.
Hello.
Wow.
Yeah.
Probably there, but my mum's not a great singer. My mum was one of the maids, and my dad was the Pirate King.
Oh,
So-
okay.
Hell yeah.
Here I am.
Yeah.
So...
No, I say that because you are a great singer, and we've heard you sing, and now there's this clip that has been out in the world. How is it out in the world? Did the school release it or something? So this is a school production of Phantom of the Opera.
The first ever amateur production in
You're the
Ireland.
Phantom?
I was the Phantom.
Stop. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, remember, this is a school production. I don't know what school you went to, but the production values, I think, are quite high. I think probably people have seen professional productions. Sure. Not as good. So this is Paul Mescal as... Oh, now, do you remember the name of the lady who...
Jessica Hackett.
Jessica Hackett. It was on the tip of my tongue. I knew her. It's Paul Mescal and Jessica Hackett in Phantom of the Opera. Enjoy. Look at this. Come on. Look at this.
Is that real fire?
No, it's like a...
Oh, like a scream.
Look at that mask.
I'm guessing that's a wig.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, I hope she doesn't faint. She might faint. I hope she doesn't faint.
Look how long my hands are.
You're both feeling it so much.
Oh, no, I think she's getting a bit faint. She might go... She's got... oh! It's very good! Because, Claire, your daughter, has she seen your stuff?
No.
OK.
Well, I haven't even done anything child-friendly.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I feel.
That's a bit heavy for the first one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come and watch Mum at work.
Mommy got you.
Bit heavy coming. But she must see your picture on TV and stuff.
She has discovered that you can have my face as a person on Netflix.
Oh, for, like, your avatar?
Oh,
Yeah.
stop it. That's amazing.
So I didn't know that she'd done this. And I turned on Netflix, like she'd gone to bed and I turned it on. And there's my face, but she called it nincompoop. Like... And I don't think she's ever called anyone a nincompoop, but she spelt it perfectly, and it's just my face.
And does it come up going, are you still watching this, nincompoop?
This is what you like to watch.
I was going to say, what did it recommend you watch?
I can't go anywhere near it, but I also can't delete it because I'm quite proud of how she managed to find it and do that.
Yeah, but I read an interview where you say that no matter what you do try to find kind of the humour in it.
Oh, yeah.
But now, where were you? Was it in Guildford?
Yes.
Now, were you doing a comedy play? What play were you doing?
We were doing an Irish play, and it was a funny play, and it's just weird the way some people in the audience just get things in their head. And it was one of those evenings, you know, when you're doing a play, where the audience were just quite jolly. They were just having a really good time. And we were at the Yvonne Arnaud Theatre in Guildford, and this man stood up and said, "This is not a comedy!" Like somebody standing up here. "This is a study in melancholia about rural Ireland, and it is not funny!" In the middle of the thing. Can you imagine? God. And it was supposed to be funny. And I, of course, had a gag immediately after that, and everybody was just terrified. You know, not to make any... And so we just continued. It was like just tumbleweed for the rest of the performance. And we were totally fascinated about who this man was. And then the next day, we were on tour there for about a week. We got a letter, the whole gang of us in the theatre, from this man who was a doctor to further apologise for the people of Guildford for laughing. I just think this man is totally insane. Yeah, but people are insane. During Hamlet, there was a guy who lifted up his laptop, not his phone, his laptop, started doing the emails. And you're just thinking...
Do you know that story about John Gielgud, who he was out rehearsing with someone and they put a pause in? He said, "Oh, no, you must never pause in the West End. Never pause." And they said, "Why not?" He said, "Oh, I paused once. And I thought it would be a wonderful silence. And it was filled by a voice in the back row saying, 'Oh, you beast, you've come all over my umbrella.'"
Jamie Bell, you're not a fan of the horse.
I didn't love horses. Me and horses didn't particularly get along, Graham. Like, I'd be walking through not randomly walking through a field, but, like, I'd be close to a horse, and it'd be like, "Oh, no, I'm not. No, that guy's giving me energy," and it would, like, run away, because it would feel my fear. I was terrified of them, you know. They're big and they're unpredictable.
We've never connected over this. I was thrown from one on the set of Robin Hood.
Oh, you were?
Yeah. I got through a whole movie about Robin Hood and I never once got on a horse on camera.
Yeah.
Because
Is that true? Is that actually... You were never on horseback?
I was never on a horse in that film.
Wow.
What?
Because I couldn't bear to... I couldn't be within, like, 10 metres of them. Because once I was thrown off, I was...
Right, yeah, sure.
Well, now, but then you struck to Jamie, because you had a special... Was it a woman or a person, anyway?
Her name is Camilla Napruce, and she does the kind of horse mastery on a lot of films. She's the horse master on Game of Thrones. Like, she's done everything. And she has a very specific technique, which is just kind of, like, strap you onto the horse. And she's with you on another horse, and she just kind of starts going, like, "I don't really like this at all." And then she goes quicker and quicker, and you're like, "No, seriously, stop!" And then she'll ask you incredibly personal questions about your life. How was your father? Well, tell me about your father. Like, what do you feel most guilty about? And then ultimately you're like, I've never met him. I don't know. It was horrible at school. I took cigarettes to school and my teacher let me off. Like, and you realise I've totally forgotten about horse riding. And it was a crazy, kind of therapeutic, amazing way of learning to ride a horse. It was
you will ride
different.
You'll ride a horse?
I love riding horses now. I went to, like, every week after that.
You see, I never would have admitted that I won't ride horses had I known that his story ends.
Very good. Paul Mescal, also a fashion icon. Well, you are.
Am I?
Yes. I mean,
kids.
thanks to normal people, those shorts, the O'Neill shorts,
yes.
come on.
Different kind of...
Yeah, they are. Now, that's them in the wild.
Yes.
But then they did become... Like, you changed O'Neill's fortunes.
Yes.
And I love this idea. So, Paul very kindly signed a pair of the shorts to raise money for the local GAA club, and they're put into a raffle, and I think we've got a picture of the man with the winning ticket. There he is. That's... Noel Ryan, his name is. Yeah.
Can I ask a question? Please. Were they already framed? Or did he choose to frame them?
No, they... Good question.
And also, what size are they?
They're 34.
And
No,
also,
they're not.
They are. They're just pressed against the glass.
Has he worn
That
them?
man's very
I
small.
haven't worn those.
You haven't worn them?
That man's very small. He's like here. No, that's Noel Ryan. Apparently, because obviously when he won, then all the papers came, and he claimed he'd never seen...
No, this is Curraclare GA Club, where my dad is from, so... Noel knows my granny. He told my granny, I've never seen the show. But it's up on his wall now, so... Yeah.
Oh. What was second prize?
Probably better than the shorts.
And now, Now, Richard, is there anyone on the couch you'd like to apologise to?
No.
Are you
Apart from maybe myself. For being too hard on myself sometimes.
Actually, weirdly, because there was a lockdown BAFTA Awards, and normally the BAFTA Awards are in, you know, some big theatre, but in the lockdown they were in this studio, weren't they?
Yes. Once no one could come, they felt it was safe to ask me to host. So, yes, it was here. You know, I killed the atmosphere a bit more than you. Yeah, it was here.
Well, we've got a clip. This is the end of the winner for Best Actor, Paul Mescal. Here he is finishing his speech.
I'm probably forgetting people and I'm incredibly nervous. So, my mum and dad at home, I love you. So thank you. I don't know what else to say.
What an absolute bastard. Yeah, I stand by that. Your entire energy was toxic.
I do remember leaving and just being like, Richard Iowati just called me
Yeah,
bastard.
Talking about smartphones and the internet, just to go back to the Hot Priest for a second. Twitter obviously went mad for the Hot Priest. And it was one scene, particularly the kneel scene. Well, that... Oh, there was a gasp over there. That lady gasped. So what was it about that scene that drove people so crazy?
I don't really know. I don't really...
Ask her.
I do.
Yeah, I think it's quite strange because it was just on Phoebe, that scene.
Yeah.
You know, the camera was just on her. You actually never see the priest in that scene. So I did think that there was a touch of the old... Oh, no. No, you know, it's definitely, you know, transgressive and everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just the priest thing does it for people. I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah, a bit of confession and all.
Yeah, a bit of confession. Yeah,
That
it's
scene,
naughty.
you got it licked. That's all I can say.
But no, here are just... Honestly, these are just a couple of tweets. These are mild, these tweets. It's been 7 hours and 15 days, and I'm still thinking about Hot Priest and Fleabag. You know, I like this one. I was at the Catholic Church for a wedding today, and honestly, it was too soon. This woman went to a lot of trouble for this one. Look at this, she was so happy with herself. Saw a real-life Hot Priest today. They do exist, and look, it does actually look a bit like him.
He doesn't like a vegan sub salad, I see.
I know, and also it's a bit weird to be wearing a leather jacket right in front of a vegan sandwich. And then this last woman, she really went for it. Phoebe Waller-Bridge appreciated me. Feedback to you, Stu. Shitting hell. When that priest said kneel, my vagina exploded in a way a man has never quite been able to achieve. That's writing. That's some very good writing.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. It really is.